A lot of home buyers, veterans, use the VA loan. And what it does is essentially allows them to put $0 down on their loan. Yeah, there is a deposit. There's an escrow held for the duration of the contract. And yes, you do still have closing costs to be paid. So it's not truly $0 out of pocket. The thing that's stopping a lot of the VA loans is 0% down. While this sounds good in practice, what this does is creates an uncertainty when you're taking out 100% of the home's equity on a loan. The banks, they look into these things a lot more stringently than they do other loan varieties. They want to make sure that if you buy a house for $500,000 and somehow you lose your job in a year, that they're not going to wind up having to foreclose on you and take back a loss. So they need to make absolutely sure that you've picked an excellent investment and that there's tons of equity spread on it. This is really hard to do in New Jersey. We have escalating prices, and sometimes the historic comps do not keep up with current market conditions. The second thing they do, similar to the FHA, is a limited building inspection, looking for safety-related items, but we're not talking glaring ones. We're talking about handrails where they should be, i.e. your third step. I leave that to the VA why they stopped it at 3 stairs, not 5 or 2. They just kind of picked a random number and said, hey, if you have over 3 stairs, you need to have a handrail on it. They'll also make you remove old and peeling paint because of lead paint concerns. The last can of lead paint, I believe, was sold in 1981, and I'm not sure where anybody else has 40-year-old paint still existing, but this is something that is a big concern with them. If they see peeling paint, they'll require somebody to basically shave it off, get rid of it, peel it off, and then repaint a surface. A lot of home sellers don't want to do this if this is a large area. Case in point, I had this happen with an entire garage built in probably 1920, and the thing was an eyesore. And to be able to initiate and finalize the sale, the seller had to spend $3,000 of her own money to basically have this old garage that was on the verge of falling down to begin with, to have it scraped and repainted just to be able to finish the deal. That was a cooperative seller. I find most of them aren't. So what the VA is actually doing while it's trying to help you is harming you with some of these requirements. Be aware, as if you're a shopper and you're walking around with a VA loan, that you do have some issues that you have to get around. It's just the reality of the situation. Let me know if you've ever lost a house because you've had a VA inspector or a VA appraiser come in and harpoon your deal for you. Drop your comments below.